treated as an outsider. That was Pat Nevin's experience throughout his football career. Teammates called him Weirdo for reading Russian novels on the team bus while they played cards. His love of indie bands like Joy Division and Cocteau Twins made him an oddity in dressing rooms where Phil Collins was the soundtrack of choice. Even today, at 61, this maverick figure continues to defy football conventions. In late 2023, after 13 years of service as a columnist and commentator for Chelsea FC, Nevin was suddenly let go. According to reports, he was dumped without being given an explanation by the club where he had once been a star player. The timing raised eyebrows. Nevin had recently criticised Chelsea's massive transfer spending under Todd Boehly's ownership, particularly pointing out their failure to secure a reliable goalscorer despite nearly £1 billion in outlay. Yet Nevin's response showed the same class that marked his playing days. He publicly stated he held no hard feelings towards Chelsea. On social media, he thanked supporters for their messages, but urged them not to worry about him, suggesting their concern was better directed towards others losing jobs in more financially precarious circumstances. "There are no bad feelings. You just shrug your shoulders and move on," he told The Telegraph. "I've got no high expectations just because I played for the club or anything like that. You do a job and then you don't." Fans were less forgiving. Online comments described the club's decision as a big misstep and disgraceful. Many linked his departure to his earlier criticisms, suggesting the new hierarchy was intolerant of dissent. For many long-term legacy fans, Nevin's exit symbolised a deeper problem. The feeling that the club they grew up supporting has gone, replaced by a corporate entity focused on maximising revenue at the expense of tradition and connection. This wasn't the first time Nevin had stood apart from football culture. His journey to becoming a professional was itself unconventional, almost reluctant. Born in Glasgow's East End, Nevin trained with Celtic Boys Club as a youngster, but was rejected by the main club for being too small, a rejection that barely troubled him, as his sights were set more on university than football. When Clyde signed the diminutive winger in 1981, Nevin found a way to balance his burgeoning football talent with his academic pursuits, playing as a part-time professional while studying for a degree. His impact at Clyde was immediate. In his first season, his skill and goal-scoring prowess were instrumental in the club's promotion as Scottish Second Division champions. He scored 14 goals in 30 starts and was voted the SPFA Second Division Player of the Year. His performances attracted attention from England, and despite initially turning down Chelsea's approach to complete his degree, he eventually moved to Stamford Bridge in 1983 for £95,000. His debut season was sensational. Nevin's electrifying skill, pace and creativity made him a pivotal player and an immediate favourite with the Stamford Bridge faithful. He scored 14 goals and created numerous chances for strike partners Kerry Dixon and David Speedy as Chelsea stormed to the Second Division title. In the First Division, Nevin continued to shine. Chelsea achieved respectable sixth-place finishes in the following seasons, with Nevin winning Chelsea's Player of the Year award twice. Over his 5 years at the club, he made 193 league appearances, scoring 36 goals, and established himself as one of the club's most iconic players of the era. Yet Nevin's time at Chelsea also highlighted how different he was from the typical footballer of that era. While teammates engaged in what he called madness, like the naked brawl between Dixon and Paul Canaville over a bath during pre-season, Nevin pursued intellectual interests far removed from football culture. He shared a flat with NME journalist Adrian Thrills and even wrote record reviews for the influential music paper, an almost unheard of activity for a professional footballer at the time. His friendship with legendary BBC DJ John Peel led to him attending gigs together and even helping with administrative tasks for Peel's radio show. He developed skills as a DJ, playing sets at events and clubs. Nevin was an avid reader, known for consuming books by Chekhov, Dostoevsky and Camus, while teammates played cards. His cultural interest extended to ballet, theatre performances and art galleries. He even co-curated an art exhibition on London's South Bank. This distinct personality inevitably set him apart. He acquired labels such as Outsider and Oddity, with commentators dubbing him Britain's first post-punk footballer. Teammates might laugh at his musical choices or yank his cassettes from the team bus stereo. Managers like Chelsea's John Hollins found his musical tastes baffling. Following Chelsea's relegation in 1988, Nevin moved to Everton for £925,000. Though he scored the winning goal in the 1989 FA Cup semi-final against Norwich City, his 4 years at Goodison Park proved challenging. Securing regular playing time was a persistent struggle under both Colin Harvey and Howard Kendall, managers perceived as prioritising results over the entertaining, imaginative football Nevin embodied. Seeking regular football ahead of Scotland's participation in Euro '92, Nevin accepted a loan move to Tranmere Rovers in 1992 under the charismatic Johnny King, whose artistic appreciation of football appealed to Nevin. He found a more suitable home. He subsequently made the move permanent, enjoying a successful 5-year spell at Prenton Park before returning to Scotland with Kilmarnock and then Motherwell, where he unusually took on the dual role of player and chief executive officer before retiring in 2000. Internationally, Nevin earned 28 caps for Scotland between 1986 and 1996, scoring 5 goals and representing his country at Euro '92. Beyond his playing style, Nevin's individuality manifested in strong ethical principles. He was a prominent early voice against racism, notably defending his black teammate at Chelsea, Paul Cannavale, against racist abuse from sections of their own supporters, an act of considerable courage at the time. He spoke out against homophobia, famously responding to a homophobic taunt from a West Ham fan by blowing a kiss. After retiring, Nevin transitioned smoothly into media. He established himself as a respected football writer and broadcaster, working extensively for BBC Radio 5 Live and other outlets. His approach to punditry was analytical, aiming to tell people things they may not know by offering tactical insights rather than focusing on dressing room gossip. For 13 years, he maintained a strong connection with Chelsea, writing a popular weekly column for the official website and serving as a co-commentator for Chelsea TV. Despite working for the club, he remained an independent voice, willing to question strategies when warranted. Today, despite the end of his Chelsea association, Nevin remains highly active. He continues his broadcasting roles with the BBC, contributes to podcasts and shows, and promotes his critically acclaimed memoirs, The Accidental Footballer and Football and How to Survive It, at literary festivals. A third book focused on his travel experiences is planned. His passion for music remains undiminished. He continues to DJ at clubs and festivals and is scheduled for an In Conversation event with Simon Raymond of Cocteau Twins at the prestigious Great Escape Music Industry Conference in 2025. Away from his professional activities, Nevin resides in the Scottish borders with his wife and has spoken openly about his family's experiences following his son's autism diagnosis, sharing insights into the challenges and changes in perspective this brought. Pat Nevin's career represents a unique narrative within British football. He was the accidental footballer, a player of sublime skill who initially seemed destined for academia rather than football. Throughout his journey, he cultivated a rich inner life of music, literature, and arts, pursuits that marked him as distinct in the often monochromatic culture of 1980s and 90s football. What truly sets Nevin's story apart is his authenticity. He remained true to his outsider self throughout a long, successful career in the ultimate insider's game. He navigated the pressures of professional football without sacrificing his individuality or principles. His story continues to resonate because it speaks to universal themes of identity, integrity, and the courage to be different within a conformist culture. As Nevin himself once said about his Weirdo nickname, "I was always thinking, oh no, I'm the normal one. You're the weirdos. You just don't get it."